A new journey begins. The absolute Batman is here, and I promise you, he is not your daddy's Batman. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now, let us begin, because this story does not begin in Crime Alley. No, no, no. This story begins in the zoo. Young Bruce Wayne is on a trip with his fellow classmates, and as usual, a gun begins the story of the Batman. But while this story of the Batman begins at the past, we return in the present and see the state of Gotham. Gotham is an absolute mess. I mean, usually Gotham is a mess, don't get me wrong, but this version is grimy, sticky. The very air itself is murderous. And this story is told from the point of view from none other than Alfred Pennyworth himself. You see, Alfred is not a butler in this story. No, he's something far worse, far sinister. Heading back to his apartment, we get a glimpse of how his life is. A soldier, a weapon without remorse. He was still Alfred Pennyworth. He loved his tea, and he loved his baby girl. But she didn't love him back. But all that was by the way. Right now, he had a job to do. He was in Gotham for the express purpose of carrying out orders sent to him by his organization. The topic of interest today was the party animals. Alfred volunteered to just clear them out, kill everyone he possibly could. But his superiors said no, they didn't want them dead, which was very odd. Also informing him that there was going to be another player, and he, Alfred, was allowed to kill. So he grabbed his gun and set out on his new mission. But this was still Gotham. You don't drive a bike here and expect it not to get stolen. He does not like this city. Thankfully, there was a man who absolutely loved this city. In a gym, we are introduced to a young man working out, punching a gym bag, and he was great. Matter of fact, he was amazing. But funny enough, someone tapped him on the shoulder and let him know, "Can I have a turn?" And we see a hulking behemoth. He was like Bane. This new figure, come to find out, was Bruce Wayne, and he had a lot of rage as he worked out. Every punch reminded him about the bits and pieces of a life he once had. He remembered his day at the zoo, his day with the classmates, the last moments he spent with his father. He loved his father, but on that day, he heard a sound he would never forget. Blam! Taking out his full rage on the gym bag, which suddenly exploded from the force of his punch. He apologized for his outburst. Thankfully, the owner of this gym was a friend, a true friend. You could say he was a brother. You see, this was this world's version of the Croc, and they knew a guy who was the Penguin, but Bruce was not a fan of him. He was a criminal. The Croc, on the other hand, was a nice guy. Matter of fact, he wanted Bruce to come through. There was a city council meeting today. They needed to talk. Their people were dying. They needed to protect their home. But Bruce simply walked out. Because in all truth, he had a plan. He was going to protect his home, one way or another. But we need to know what he's protecting his home from. We are introduced to a gentleman wearing a black mask. He was being intimidated by gangsters of Gotham City. You see, they didn't like competition, and it didn't help that the competition was a murdering psychopath. They knew he was connected, they knew he was dangerous, but they didn't care. We are Gotham, we have family here. But he said, "Oh, your family, look behind you." As they turned, they saw their family, their brothers, their cousins. They were masks hanging from the wall. This was disrespect. But before they could even let their opinions be known, they both died. To his people, this was Gotham. This was hell. Absolute psychopaths running on the street wild, and no one could stop them. No one, but he was coming. An unforgiving force of vengeance. But the city council was going on, and everybody was letting their opinions be known. Because honestly, the people of Gotham were tired. Some were furious. What is the police for? You guys are absolutely useless. Alfred, watching all this play out, knew something was about to happen, because this crew does not take kindly to disrespect, and the people of Gotham were mighty disrespectful, even to the people that tried to protect them. Before more things could be said though, a bomb went off. Boom. They were here. The party animals were here, and they wanted the blood of the mayor. They attacked Jim Gordon, and they hit their mark. Jim, being the same in every universe, only cared about the people of Gotham, but he didn't need to worry because the Bat was here. Pulling one of the assailants outside, he slammed the door and he made sure the cops knew, do not come out, no matter what you hear. Alfred, still in his sniper's nest, saw everything play out, but he didn't report it because he was curious about this new player, so he let it play out. And this guy was incredible. The assailants launched an attack, but he was absolutely bulletproof, like a bat, upside down. And when the opportunity arose, he dropped a smoke pellet and he launched himself. He was massive, using his actual cape as tendrils to pull people in and attack from any angle he sees fit. He was amazing, and not just big, he was agile as well, pulling off a perfect split in the middle of the air in the middle of combat. Alfred was impressed, and yet he did not report it because he wanted to see more. This man was a weapon, every inch of him tooled to destruction. He was brutal but precise. He had trained himself, and Alfred could see every inch of this. He was amazing. Even when one of the members of the party animals pulled out the machete, he didn't scoff or shake. He just pulled out a handle from his belt and used his very chest plate as an axe. The monster attacked, but like I said, he was prepared. He took the monster's hand. He was Batman. Bruce was different in this world. He was not afraid to draw blood, and he let them know, fuck off or die. They went running, but he was not as merciful as they thought, because he set off charges and he let them fly. Alfred witnessed all of this, so he knew he had to be careful approaching this man, and he tried to be, but you do not sneak up on the Batman, especially not with a gun. Launching Alfred way back, he took his gun and he was out of sight. But Alfred is a man that does not forgive, because he was able to track this individual down, especially when you know what you're looking for. Bruce Wayne, you are very good at hiding, but you are not perfect. We discovered that this version of Bruce was a bona fide genius like he normally is, inventing a way to strengthen fabric. Winning first place in the competition allowed him to take his classmates to the zoo, and that is where everything fell apart. He could still hear the gunshots. Blam! His father trying to protect his class. Because in this world, his father was a teacher, sacrificing his very life to protect his students. After that, Bruce had a very hard life, but he was still Bruce. He had a very positive future. But the thing is, he gave up his future by faking an injury. Alfred knew this was a faked injury. He had deduced that Bruce was using his body for something else. He had mastered the theory of everything. Now he became practical with it. He was building something in this city. He had relatively no weaknesses, but one, a living and breathing mother. Because we see while in this universe his father died, his mother didn't. Alfred had tracked him down. He had him dead to rights. And at that moment he got a call from his own kid. She didn't want anything to do with him. And then he realized he could never kill this man. Not in front of his mother, at least. He was going to kill him at his own safe house. In this universe, Bruce had no Batcave. He had towers. Towers that were unfinished. Towers that have long been abandoned. And Alfred had tracked him here. But you do not sneak up on the Batman. He told Batman to drop his gun, thinking he wouldn't use it, but he did. He shot him right in the face. And Alfred realized something in those nanoseconds. This guy is built different. This guy is non-lethal. He changed up my own shotgun and made it non-lethal. And this guy always knew about my presence because he stole my goddamn bike. Thinking Bruce had no way to escape, he didn't know never to underestimate the Batman, because this Batman could fucking fly. He was out of there. Alfred took time to fix his own injuries and found out from his boss that his main target was on the loose. His main target was dangerous enough to destroy the League of Assassins. He was dangerous, and he never laughed. That is why they call him the Joker. Now, I would like to thank all of you for watching this video, and remind you to please drop a like and subscribe. Peace.